I want to start making more like in-depth content. Actually sit down and think about what I'm going to do and say on the camera. Make it more concise. But like Juice World with Lucid Dreams, he was talking about it in an interview once, and he was talking about how he created a song and he actually thought about what it would sound like, how he would deliver it, and everything like that. Because he's like, usually all he does, he goes in the booth and he just freestyles the whole song, and he was getting by just like that. But like on Lucid Dreams, he was like, oh, I actually sat down and I thought about it, and it came out like that. And then his producer was like, yo, bro, why don't you do more of that? Because more people will get on your music because it just sounds so much better. But I basically looked on Instagram and I noticed that people were actually engaging with my content. And what that does, that just boosts morale. Like, it's just like, oh crap, people are actually listening, because Instagram is hard. The most likes I got was like 25 likes. And I'm sure that was all my friends. So I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, these people aren't paying attention. These people aren't looking. But Becky literally went online and she was like, yo, people are actually listening. Just do your thing. Just don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about not getting all these likes like everybody else is getting. Like Samir, he's getting like hundreds to maybe thousands of likes. I'm not sure how many likes that he gets. But, just doing that, just liking one picture boosts morale like crazy. Most videos so far, I just talk about what I'm feeling in the moment. And I'm sure people are asking, like, what's next? Because, everybody can kind of do that. Not everybody, though. Nobody can do it like me, bro. Nobody can do it like certain people. Like, you can't just get on camera and just be like, yo, I'm just going to talk about how I feel. Because May was telling me the other day, she was like, yo, when I tried to do it, all I did was start crying. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, it's actually a skill, and I'm really surprised about it. So typically I don't like creating maps and skits for talking, but I am capable of doing it. Like, I can actually, like I'm doing right now, I can actually list down a whole bunch of stuff. I just listed this down 5 minutes before I started this video. And I just had idea after idea. And like, I'm working on an idea right now, and I want to create a map so that I can talk and say what I want to say, but still have some type of hold on to the topic. Because usually I forget about the topic like halfway through the video, and I'm just like, screw it, let's get on to the next topic. And I just completely forget about the last topic. So by creating maps and skits for yourself, it does help. Now, I always say that I don't like skits, and that's true. I really don't like skits, meaning like, it's like, for me, I'm creating a map. So that's what I'm going to do. But I am also improvising more than half of the thing, because I enjoy improvising. I enjoy just letting myself just talk. But I'm just going to come back down here and be like, all right, let's get back to the point that we were talking about, and let's do it like that. So it's been about a year since I started doing this. So let's get on to the next chapter, basically. Like, that's all I got written down. Was that a strong finish? I hope that was a strong finish, because, sometimes it sounds a little weak.